and welcome back to this next episode in the Living Life Being Human podcast. And I just wanted to explore a little bit more about my musings and just something for you to listen to while you're going on a walk or on your way to work or wherever you might be listening to this. And I thought I would just have a little conversation with you or myself around what makes a good day or a bad day, and how we perceive the day to be. We can sometimes misunderstand what's going on. So your day doesn't create your mood creates your day, if that makes sense. And again, I know I talk a lot about being downstream and upstream. If we are constantly looking for a reason why something is the way that it is, if I don't know, at the end of the day, if I sit down after I've watched Coronation Street, I always watch Coronation Street, but after I've done everything I want to do and I sit down and I kind of take some time to assess the day, I can, as we all can, generalise how the day has been. Today's been a really good day. Really enjoyed today. It's been a good day. Or today's been horrendous. It's been awful. And why do I have that perception sometimes? It's very black and white thinking. And I often talk to clients about there being a big grey area in the middle. That even when we've perceived a day to be not good or bad, that there will have been times within that day where nice things have happened, where we've been quite present, where somebody's smiled and said hello, or where we've done something that we thought or got a good feeling from. That's how it works. So it's not the day that creates our mood, it's our mood that creates the day. And in any moment throughout that day, we can be joyful, we can be compassionate with ourselves and the people around us. I work with couples, I work with individuals, I work with parents and children, and there seems to be a bit of a theme that's going on at the moment. I'm not sure whether it's because of the situation that we're in with COVID and the pandemic, that we're looking for external reasons why we're feeling the way that we are. The kids are stressing me out. I'm having to work from home as well as parent, as well as do all the normal things, and I'm just not getting the time to myself that I used to do, and that's making me stressed. That's one way of looking at it, and I think that's the way that I used to look at things. I used to look for outside circumstances that created my feelings, and the reality is it's my thoughts about those external circumstances that are creating the feelings. It's all coming from inside me. It's my thoughts. So just to explore that a little bit deeper, when we say that, it's not our day that creates our mood, it's our mood that creates the day, and how that can ebb and flow and fluctuate throughout the day, that our mood can lift and our mood can lower, our state of mind can change. I often talk about being on that elevator or in that lift, that our awareness and our consciousness can shift throughout the day. And at the moment, I think with what's going on with COVID, is our world is shrinking, so we're kind of a bit lower down on the escalator. We can't see past what is happening at the moment. A lot of us are questioning Christmas and where will that be? How will it be? I think inevitably Christmas is going to be different for a lot of us. It's not going to be taking it for granted that families will be able to come together and spend time together and all those things. We might have to be a little bit more creative about how we connect with the people around us. And that, again, can impact on us. But if we use that as a situation to explore this, my thoughts about how Christmas could potentially be are what create my feelings around that. Because at the moment, I don't know how it's going to pan out. I can't predict the future. None of us can predict the future. So my thoughts are kind of starting to cement my feelings around Christmas. That it's not going to be that good. Yeah, it's going to be a write-off this year. There's no point celebrating it because it's going to be different. That's nothing to do with what's going on outside of me, and everything to do with my thoughts about potentially what's going to happen. There's another saying from Richard Carlson, and it's kind of about, there's no such thing as a bad day. And we should be graceful for our low moods and grateful for our high ones. And that, when I read that, which I read it in Michael Neill's book, The Super Coach, it really kind of hit me that it's our thoughts about where we should be. Do we believe that we should always be in a good mood, and when we're in a bad mood, then that's the day that's written off? How about we just experience whatever we are in at that moment for what it is? If we look a little bit deeper into that, being a human being means that I can have a massive array of thoughts and feelings at any given moment, and they can fluctuate and they can change. I don't need to stay in one particular frame of mind or one particular feeling for any length of time. I can feel the feeling and I can let it go. Certain feelings we're scared of, certain feelings we have certain beliefs around. Anxiety and, those sort of feelings for me are just an indication of where my thoughts are. If I feel angry, it's just an indication of where my thoughts are, that something's winding me up, that I'm having certain thoughts around a situation or a circumstance that I'm in that are creating my thoughts. So yeah, it's about, just allowing ourselves to express and to feel whatever it is that's going on for us, and to explore the grey area, that it's not black and white, that we don't need to have a bad day. I've said it in the past before that, a bad 5 minutes doesn't mean a bad hour, that doesn't mean a bad morning, that doesn't mean a bad day. We can have a thought and a feeling in the morning and feel completely different in the afternoon or in the evening when we're sat peaceful, might be with a nice glass of gin or something, watching television with our feet up, and we feel completely different in that moment. That's because our thoughts are different. If we start to think that I'm feeling okay now because I've got a gin in my hand and because it's the end of the day and I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing, that then creates a whole other lot of thinking around, I need a gin to relax, I need a gin to feel this way, I need to put my feet up and be on my own in order for me to feel this good about things. That's not true. It's just that that's our thoughts around what we're doing that create the feeling. So I'm able, and I have the capacity with my innate well-being, my mental health and all those things, to have those thoughts even in a situation that isn't that calm and isn't that peaceful. It's a choice that I have. And I think once we become aware of how our thoughts and feelings impact on our behaviour, that we can zhuzh it up a bit. We can explore that. If I've had a reaction to something, how would it be for me to just do something different in that moment, rather than thinking, oh, I can't believe they've done that to me again. It's the third time this week that they've done that and I felt this way. Rather than putting it out there and blaming them, how about I just look at me and think, okay, what can I do differently now? The feeling that I'm having is coming from my thoughts. How can I change my thoughts? Maybe it's that they're experiencing something that they don't like, that they're projecting that onto me. I know as I'm recording this, it's half term this week, and I've had to go and get my son to come off his computer because the signal drops out and I can't do my work. He's not best pleased with me. He's not a happy bunny. But I can understand his frustration about it. It's he wants to do what he wants to do, and he's not actually looking at the things that I want to do. And it works both ways. So if I can look at his behaviour compassionately, that actually he's a bit frustrated. He had his day planned out and I've just walked in and said, actually, you can't do that. You need to do something different now. He's going to have a thought and a feeling that's connected with that. And at the moment, he's feeling that that's all down to me. So I can look at things differently in that moment. I don't need to react to his behaviour and what he's saying to me. I can be compassionate with him and just say, oh, bless him. Today's not panned out how he wanted it to, and he's just expressing that. It's not personal, and it's not, aimed at me. He's just expressing what he's feeling. So I don't know, the next time in a work situation, if somebody says something and you have a reaction or a response to it, just maybe think outside the box that, what can I do differently? It's kind of like they can say and do what they want, and it can just hover in the space between us. I don't need to pick that up and take that on board. That can then impact on my thoughts and my feelings and my behaviour throughout that day. I can just look at it for what it is. It's that other person expressing the unhappiness about a certain situation, and they're okay to do that. I don't need to do anything with that. So I hope that's given you a little bit of food for thought. I feel like I've kind of gone in and out of a certain topic this week, but yeah, that's how my mind works, and that's what I do. If something comes up my back, I explore it. So going back to the original thing, your day doesn't create your mood creates your day. And I'm going to do a meme on that and stick it on my Facebook page, because I think it's one of those that just enable me to express an awful lot of thoughts around that, and to just dabble with the grey area. It's not all black and white thinking. We tend to do a lot of black and white thinking when our awareness is at a low level, or when our consciousness has kind of shrunk and our world is a little bit smaller, which I think is what a lot of us are going through at the moment. A lot of my clients, myself and the people around me are starting to feel a little bit meh with what's going on. It's been a long time. We've been in and out of restrictions, and it's just how it is at the moment. So just allow yourself the space to explore your thoughts. Look a little bit upstream. Look at maybe why you're reacting the way that you are and what else is going on for you, and be compassionate with yourself. Allow yourself to be in a bit of a funk if you want to be in a funk today, but that doesn't mean that that's where you need to stay. And within that funk, you can enjoy certain things. It's not an either or situation. As human beings, we are quite complex. We can feel one feeling really intensely one moment, and it switched to something else the next moment. And I think sometimes, I'm thinking particularly now, going back to a client that I was seeing, that they wanted to be in that place of upset, and that's absolutely fine. I could see changes and emotions going on in front of me, but they would pick it back up again because they felt like that they had the right to feel the way that they were feeling because somebody had wronged them or something had happened, and that's absolutely fine. Just accept that that's where you need to be right now. That's not how you need to be tomorrow or the day after. You can just explore it and express it and then let it go. But yeah, sometimes we just need to be in a funk and let it run its course and then come out the other side. It's not black and white. Just explore the grey area and see where that takes you. So I shall speak to you all very soon in the next episode. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.